I must find a place to hide, a place for me to hide. Can you find me soft asylum? I can't make it anymore. The man is at the
What do you think drug abuse is?
Drug abuse is when people use and overuse drugs, and that they are unable to maintain the normal functions of normal citizens, like holding a job, taking care of their responsibilities.
Why do you think many young people are into drugs?
Well, there are a number of reasons why a young person might become addicted to drugs. They may be dealing with issues at home. They may also have issues where they have low self-esteem, and there's a possibility that young people are influenced by other young people to use drugs. Either way, there's generally some type of issue within that person, or some external factors that lead to that person using drugs.
Do you think marijuana should be legalized?
No, I do not believe that marijuana should be legalized. Marijuana has many negative effects. Cognitive effects, slow memory loss, slows down your reflexes. It also contributes to other health issues. Not to mention just generally, I think that it would not be good for society, because people that use drugs tend to make poor decisions, and people that use marijuana in particular also tend to it tends to make them lazy and lethargic.
Do you think babies born addicted to drugs should be taken away from their moms?
Wow, that is an extremely tough question. Should babies be taken away from their moms if they're born addicted to drugs? Wow. I think at least temporarily that the baby should be taken away, and that the parents should have to undergo some particular type of drug treatment and rehabilitation, and then once that mom has completed the program, she would be given an opportunity to be a mother. But I also believe that in that process there needs to be some monitoring through social services to protect the child that's in that situation.
peppermint mini skirts, chocolate candy, champion socks, and a girl named Sandy.
We're talking about the marijuana legalization ballot initiatives that were passed in Washington State and Colorado this week. Joining us is Robert Kopecky of the Marijuana Policy Project. He's a legislative analyst. First, tell us about the two initiatives that were passed in Colorado and Washington State.
Well, last Tuesday, the voters of both Washington and Colorado passed initiatives to basically repeal their state marijuana prohibition. So what that's going to do is it's going to remove criminal penalties for adults 21 and older who use and possess a limited amount of marijuana. What the initiatives also do is they instruct certain departments, certain state agencies from both Colorado and Washington to implement rules and regulations to regulate a marijuana market for adults 21 and older. So it'll be from basically cultivation through retail distribution to adults 21 and up.
There's only 4 ways to get unraveled. Ma'am.
This is to anyone on the panel. To what do you attribute the 400% increase in prescription drug abuse? What's different now?
We'll give you a couple things. One is that young people particularly don't recognize that prescription drugs are in fact incredibly dangerous because, well, after all, they're prescriptions, so they don't see the dangerousness. Not that these drugs, when used in a lawful and medically appropriate way, are not particularly helpful. So there's that. There's also the pain clinics that South Florida happens to be the epicenter, and Governor Christ has recently signed new legislation. The pain clinics were in fact providing huge numbers of prescriptions for things like OxyContin and Vicodin to people in Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia, where part of our office, the HIDAs, the high-intensity drug trafficking groups, led an arrest of almost 500 people. We also see people that have become addicted to those painkillers as a result of some type of medical treatment, and therefore part of the education to, as Tom said, the 2 of the F's, physicians and pharmacies, would be helpful in making sure that they understand what the dangers are and recognizing the problems of dependence and abuse. Those are just at least 3 of the reasons why we have seen this increase. Tom?
There's only 4 ways to get unraveled. One is to sleep and the other is travel. One is a bandit up in the hills. One is to love your neighbor till his wife gets home. Catacombs, nursery bones, winter women, growing stones, carrying babies to the river, streaks and